hath the plague.
Upon the heath! There to meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin.
Pentacles! Anon!
There is foul, and foul is there.
Over through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt, the news state. Hail, brave friend, say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst believe it.
Doubtfully it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their rod. The merciless MacDonald from the Western Isles, and fortune on his damn coral smiling showed like a rebel's whore. But all too weak, for brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his branded steel, which smoked a bloody execution like valor's minion, carved out a passage till he faced the slave, and never shook hands with him, nor bade him farewell, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chaps and fixed his head upon our battlement.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
I must report Banquo and his minions were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. But I am faint. My gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go get him surgeons. Who comes here? The worthy Thane of Ross. What a haste looks through his eyes that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, so that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparison, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us!
Oh, great happiness! No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his presence death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister? Killing swine! A sailor's wife had shift notes in her lap, and munched, and munched, and munched. Here I have a pile of scum, wrecked as homeward he did come. Drum! Drum, Macbeth, come!
How is thy wound? Not so wide as the church door, but 'twill suffice.
How far is called Forest? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth and yet are on it.
Or are you aught that man may question? You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so. Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis!
All hail Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor! All hail Macbeth! Thou shalt be king hereafter!
Good sir. Why do you stop and speak to me of things that you sound so fair?
In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having in the royal host, that it seems rapt upon. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and tell which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
And greater, not so happy, yet much happier, thou shalt get king.
Though thou be not
All hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth. All hail.
Say with perfect speakers, tell me more. I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor, the Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence. For why blood did he to stop our way with such prophetic reason? Speak, I charge you! Vanished into the air. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane roof that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not
To
so.
the self-same tune and word. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks. Only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor. In which edition, hail most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What, can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Treason's capital confessed and proved have overthrown him.
Glamis. And Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings? When those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them.
That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange. And oftentimes, to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told. As happy prologues to the swelling act of this imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise. Nothing is but what is not.
Look our partner's wrath.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
A new honors come upon him, like our strange garments. Cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
With Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten.
Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very glad.
Well, then enough. Come, friends.
Is execution done on Calder? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treason, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death. To throw away the dearest thing he owed as 'twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin! The sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Wouldst thou hadst less deserved, that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more as I do than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Our duties are to your throne, and state children, and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known, no less was done so. Come, let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart. There, if I grow, the harvest is your own. My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Son, Kenton, Thane, and those whose places are the nearest. No, we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. Which honor must not unaccompanied vest him alone, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to it.
The rest is labor which is not use for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife at your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Calder.
The Prince of Cumberland? Well, that is a step on which I must fall down or else or leap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fire. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
They met in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they vanished. Whilst I stood rapt in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Calder, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with hail, King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. My wounds have healed well, lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Codder, and thou shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature, It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Thou wouldst be great. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily. Wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'dst have great glams, and that which cries, thus thou must do if thou wouldst have it. That which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who, were it so, would have informed me for preparation.
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of our fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come thick night and cool thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen eye see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold! Great glums, worthy corner, greater than both by thee all, hail hereafter! Thy letters have transported me beyond the ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thing, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Looks like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air is delicate. See our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Herein I'll teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains and thank us for your trouble.
All our service in every point twice done, and then done double, were poor and single business to contend with those honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house. To those old and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Oh, where is the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight. Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly and shall continue our graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could travel up the consequence and catch with his success, that what this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here, but here upon this bank and shoal of time we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here. That we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. Here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculty so meek, hath been so clear in his great office that his virtues will plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. Like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now, what news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Have he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
He will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late. And I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which shall be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Has it slept since and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? At this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which esteems the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would like
become a man. Who dares warrant? None!
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be so much more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out. Have you so sworn as you have done to this?
If we should fail...
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, where to the rather this day's hard journey shall soundly invite him. His 2 chamberlains I will with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the order of the brain shall be of you, and the receipts of reason the limbic only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lieth in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only. For thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received? When we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber and used their very daggers that they have done it.
Who dares receive it, other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I am settled. And bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away. And mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take 'tis later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take thee that, too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restraining me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's here?
A friend!
What, sir? Not yet at rest. The king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife withal by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free her from.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but keep my bosom franchise and allegiance clear. I shall be counseled.
Well, good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Go bid my mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get me to bed.
The dagger which I see before me.
The handle toward my hand. Come. Let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal visioned, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but the dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressive brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalest me the way that I was going, in such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses. Or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade, and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now of a one-half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams of views the curtain sleep. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear thy very stones place of my whereabout. And take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. While thy threat he lived, words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho!
Alack! I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. I can't stand not the deed confounds us. I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did you not speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
I...
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donovan!
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
As one did laugh and sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other, I stood and heard them. they did say their prayers, and address them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say, God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep, the innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life sore, labour's bath, balm of hurt mind, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still he cries, sleep no more, to all the house. Glams have murdered sleep, and therefore Corder shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Worthy thing, you do unbend your noble strength to think so very sickly of these things. Go, get some water, wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them, and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
Go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears the painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are these? Oh, they pluck out my eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy has left you unattended. Hark! More knocking. Go! Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deeds were best not know myself. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking! I would thou couldst